finna commit a sin today, y'all. Oh my God. Warning. I'm going to put a disclaimer out there now. If you don't like seeing a lot of money now, this next part ain't for you. This ain't for you. Woo! Oh, we finna have all kinds of fun. Oh my God. See, when you come to trucking, y'all, you gonna make you gonna make all kinds of money. All kinds. Oh yeah, that's
Yo, 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 yo. Another day, another dollar in this beautiful world we call truck driving. With the number one topic that nobody wants to talk about in trucking. So since nobody wants to talk about it, I figure I'll only do it maybe once a month, maybe once a year. It's the stock market. That good old stock market. What is the stock market doing today? Cleaning us out, cleaning us out, cleaning all us investors out. Everybody that was looking for the free money, the get rich quick schemes. They got us. They got us all today, man. The stock market is down. It is down, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why it's down. I ain't paying attention to the news. Don't really care why it's down. I kind of got an idea. Maybe Trump may be on the news talking about something with Iran. I don't know what the case is. Don't really care. Just focusing on trucking. Just driving a truck around Las Vegas, you know, working during the day and looking for Josh at night. Since he's still in hiding, man. I got a good buffet for me and Josh to go to at the Caesar's Palace. They said it's the best buffet in Las Vegas. It started with a B. I forgot the name of it though, but it's in Caesar's Palace. Yeah. You got to reserve a table though. Got to reserve a table. I said, yeah, Josh. Yeah, we need to go to that Caesar's Palace, Josh. That particular buffet. I'm pretty sure you already been to it, but if you haven't, I'm talking about, hey now, stay now. All I'm saying is, let's go over there. I'm still trying to get this good game from my guy Josh. Good game. But the stock market, some people, majority of people don't invest in it. It's a boring topic. It's not something that I stopped talking about it a long time ago. But every once in a while, I guess we can talk about it. Because I got this little YouTube portfolio I decided to sort of make for you guys, where I just show you guys two stocks that I bought and how they performing. And that's Palantir and Robinhood. And I think the last update, whenever I talked about it, I think we was up almost $800. That's the good times. See, the good times we was up $800. Well, I got to show you the bad times. Just to try to give people an idea how the stock market work. It goes up, it goes down. It does all that stuff. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Like I said, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not it's none of that. It's just I look at it as remember I told you how I compared it to trucking. If I lease drivers on owner operators or hire company drivers, I get a percentage. If we talk about owner operators, me leasing owner operators on, let's say I'm doing a 90-10 split, or factor and take 3%, and I keep 6%, so I keep 7%, factor and take 3%. So if a driver gross $100,000 for the year, I get what 7% of that. That's it's either $700 or $7,000, whichever one it is. That's what I get, which is not that much money. However, there's a lot that comes with that risk of bringing on the operator. Number one, the FMCSA is going to blame my company for everything that's wrong with his truck when he gets to the scale house and when he get these DOT inspections. They're gonna blame me for his brakes, maybe out of adjustment, his tires are fucked up, windshield wiper don't work, lights don't work, whatever the case may be, they're gonna blame my company for it, okay? Even though it ain't something that I can control. And eventually what'll happen is you rack up these inspections and you out of business, okay? And when you look at you was the fact that you're risking your whole company for a measly 7%, it starts not to make sense. You think of other ways you could have got the money a lot easier, and one of the ways is the stock market. I could get that 7% out the stock market, and I don't have to worry about the FMCSA chasing me around the stock market. I don't need to call the drive up and see if he want a load or not, or ask him why he rejected a load, or check on his truck, or I ain't gotta let him borrow no money. I ain't gotta give him no fuel card. I ain't gotta do none of that in the stock market. None of that. All I gotta do is put money in and just sit back and hope for the best. Okay, hope for the best. We hope it goes up, over the course of time. But like I said, it could always go down because it goes both directions. And right now it's going downwards. Okay, so I believe let me show you where we left off at last time I showed you Palantir and Robin Hood. We was up 5, 6, 7. We was up almost $800. And today, I see the stock market is going down. Like I said, I don't know what the news is. I have no idea, and I really don't care what's going on in the news. But if I had to take a guess, I know it's probably got something to do with Iran and some Trump that woke up and said, or unless they done some type of Fed meeting or something, talking about some interest rates or something. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. But whatever the case is going on, I said, well, I see Palantir is coming down. It's coming down. It came from the 150s all the way back down to the 140s. So I said, look, I don't give a damn what's going on now. Let me load up $500. So I loaded up $500 and did a limit buy. I requested a limit buy. Now, it didn't cost 500 exactly. That's just how much I loaded up into the account. But I got 4 shares at a price of $140.55. So you do 4 times 140.55. That'll give you the total price. Like I think it was over 500 actually. I think it was like 530 something or 560 something. I don't remember. But whatever the case may be, I bought the dip. They call this buying the dip. Stock price go down, I bought the dip. Now I don't know what the current price of Palantir is right this second. Maybe it went lower than 140. Maybe it's in the 130s. I have no idea. All I know is open the app, looks like it's down. Toss 500 on it, add to the share account, and let's get an update. Like I told you, everything is down right now. So we went from $800 to, give me a second. These cars go by before I flatten everybody out. Take a look at the picture. See, just a second. Okay, we are now at $400. Look like $400. So we went from about $800. We have lost $400 a day. That's right. We woke up and lost $400 a day off these 2 stocks right here. Okay, so as y'all can see, that's part of the stock market. You could wake up and be down $400 or $4,000 or $40,000 or $400,000. Okay, and you got to get used to it. And it takes, if I had to be honest, it takes a couple of years of losing money in the stock market before seeing your account down a few $100 before that even gets you. That ain't gonna get to you at all after you done played. If you before you did the buy and hold, if you was like an options trader or you done some forex or what's some of this other crap, man, day trading. If you done any of that stuff in the past, guys, losing money extremely fast. Now those ways you actually lose the money completely. You do options trading and the contract expired, the money is completely gone. Okay, day trading, if you really doing day trading where you actually sell every single day, you don't hold to the next day, you sell for a loss, the money gone. The money gone. Forex, I never done Forex, so I can't tell you how that worked, but however it worked, the money gonna be gone too. But when you're doing buy and hold in the stock market, yes, the stocks came down. Yes, I'm down $400, but guess what? Unless I go in there and hit the sell button, then I don't lose anything. See, if I sell right now, well, technically, if I sell right now, I'm still gonna gain $400 because I'm still up $400 from the original rate I bought the stock for. As y'all can see, it's green. That's why it's a plus sign right there. So I'm not up $800. I'm up $400. But compared to the fact that I was up $800 a couple of days ago, that's what I mean by I lost $400. But I don't mean like if I sold right now, I would still be taking a profit of about $400, okay? But instead, I just, like I said, I just went in there and said, okay, well, let me just throw extra 500 on Palantir, Brother Aaron, you got, $500 laying around. Could have bought some goddamn Air Jordans today or something. Could me and Josh could have hit a big buffet if he quit running. Could have went in the casino and put it on black. That's right, Josh. I could took that 500. I could put it on black or red or poker or something, buffet, something, but you ain't hiding right now. So I guess I can't hang out with my favorite lease driver and upload the money. So let me just throw it on Palantir. And if it keep going down, guess what we do? We load up some more money, add some more money, add some more money. As long as I'll keep buying as long as the reason for the market going down is something that Trump is on the news talking about. Like if he's talking about going to war or he to drop some bombs in Iran, all those reasons, I'll buy the dip. Okay. Now if they come out talking about, Palantir, that lost a couple of these government contracts. Okay, now we may have to look to sell some shit. Yeah, if they talking about Palantir lost their government contracts, okay, now we need to be selling because if they lose the government contracts that they gain, if they lose the contracts, they're going to lose revenue. And if they lose revenue, the stock price is going to come down. Okay, so as long as they got those contracts, they fulfilling them, they got their workers on it. Guys, I don't give a damn what Trump talking about or what the Fed, Jerome Powell on there talking about interest rates or whatever. Like I said, I don't know what's going on in the news, but whatever's going on, unless Palantir lose their government contracts, then I'll just buy the dip. I'll just buy the dip. I'll just buy the dip. Long as I know they got them contracts. Okay? So like I said, this is the my little YouTube portfolio. I just show y'all these two stocks, Robinhood and Palantir. Like I said, I did a little limit buy. Do a little 500 at Palantir. But let me do my disclaimer right quick. This video you're currently watching right now is most definitely not financial advice. Not trying to get nobody at all to invest in Palantir, Robinhood, the stock market, ETFs, save your money up, get a truck, get a trailer, get an authority, lease a truck. Okay, now that we got all that out the way, and we are 100% clear that this is not no type of promotion of any kind, okay? We're not promoting anything around here, okay? I'm just telling you, in this video, I just talk about what it is that I'm doing. See, when you see this portfolio right here with these two stocks, this is my real portfolio. It's not play money. It ain't goddamn paper trade money. It ain't, what do you call it, sink or swim? I think that's one of the play trade. This is Robinhood. Robinhood only accepts real money, okay? Now, I don't know how much exactly I got in Palantir and Robinhood. You have to add all this shoe shine up to determine how much money I didn't put into it because I have no idea. You have to take a calculator out and figure it out. It says I got 36 shares of Palantir. Let me move that damn thing so I can see Robinhood. Okay, we got 17 shares of Robinhood. So you have to go out there and calculate whatever the price of Palantir is. I don't know, man. I guess maybe it's around $140. Do $140 times how many shares? 36 shares. Robinhood, $30, you times that by 17 shares. It's about how much money I got into these two stocks. I don't, like I said, I don't know what that equals. I have no idea. I have to log into my account to see, but whatever it is, guys, stock market go up and down. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know. So this is what I be doing, ever since I would say ever since 2024. Um, I done made a lot of mistakes in the stock market. Back in 2015 on my YouTube page, I done some buying of the stocks back in the day when I first started my YouTube channel. I was in the hotel room. I think I was in orientation with Night Transportation, where y'all can go back and see I opened up a Vanguard account. And when I opened the Vanguard account back in 2015, we was going over the account, we was going over the things to buy. Back then I didn't know what to buy because I didn't have no type of instructions in the stock market, and I was pretty much going off of what Dave Ramsey, because I used to watch him and Susie Orman a lot, and Dave used to always preach mutual funds. He used to say, "Hey man, buy mutual funds, get your 8% rate of return." So that's the whole reason I opened my Vanguard account back in 2015, because I didn't know what to do with the trucking money back in 2015. I just came straight off the slave ship of what they call FedEx Ground. Now I know FedEx Ground, but Andrew, they got health insurance and 401k and eyeball insurance. They had all that on the slave ship. And even though they had all that, I'm damn glad I got off the slave ship. Never going back a day in my life. I'd rather die before I get back in the goddamn FedEx trailer and start being a package handler. I'm just gonna take myself out before I do that. But Andrew, what if you need the help? I don't give a damn about the health insurance. I'd rather die. I'd rather die. I'm not doing it. We ain't getting in the back. We ain't getting back on the slave ship no more. Nope. We don't. Master just gotta be upset with me. Master gotta be upset with me. But you know, so I opened the account back in 2015 with Vanguard. And back then, I never heard of ETFs and nothing like that. I think the only thing going was mutual funds. But the problem with mutual funds on Vanguard back in the day is you had to pay, well, not pay, but you had to the minimum to get a mutual fund, to get in a mutual fund, was $3,000, if I remember correctly. You had to put 3,000 into it in order to pretty much, be involved in this mutual account. And I never did it because I couldn't. Back then, I was too young, man. You got to think I was 21 years old. So I knew about mutual funds. I knew if I put money in, I get an 8% return. But I didn't understand what I was buying. I didn't understand, why should I get this mutual fund? So instead, what I did was I think I bought stock in like Night Transportation and JB Hunt like a fool. Yeah. That's what I did. I didn't buy much. I probably like $20, $30 or something. I was a broke truck driver back then. So that was back in 2015. And then I didn't revisit the stock market until about 2020, when options trading was real hot. Options and Forex and all these other, side industries in the stock market. When they was real hot in the trucking industry, I jumped into the options trade market where, I lost $8,000 in a matter of, I don't know, 30 seconds playing options. Called some type of contract for Friday. I think it was a Thursday. I called the shit for fucking Friday, and the damn contract expired the very next day. Took all the money, all $8,000, and then some. I said, oh yeah, I'm done. I'm done with the gamblers. Oh, I learned my lesson. And then I didn't get back into stocks again until 2024, where I'd say, you know what, that's around 2024. That's when, Richard Fame had came. Well, he had been out, but I had just discovered him back in 20. Well, no, I discovered him at the end of 2023, but I didn't make my account until about the beginning of 2024. And watching a lot of Richard Fame, getting some of that financial education, stock market education. And I said, well, I didn't try the gambling. I didn't done the day trading, the penny stocks, and we done all the penny stocks with Fuck You Money and the rest of the crew back in the oil field. We didn't done all the dumb shit in the stock market. So I said, well, let me try Richard Fame way, because he talking about if I do this, buy and hold strategy, at least if the stocks go down, the only way to lose your money is I got to hit that sell button. See, if I hit the sell right now on Palantir, if you look at the photo, I take $200. Okay, but tomorrow the stock market could reverse, go back up, and I could be up $1,000. So the question becomes, well, how long can you hold for? Can you hold for 30 days? Can you hold for 3 months? Can you hold for a year? Can you hold for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Well, I ain't got no reason to hit the sell button. I'm not in dire need for money. I don't have, I'm not down to my last penny and rent due tomorrow. So I mean, I just don't see any reason to be able to need to hit the sell button. Therefore, we can wait. We can wait. We have active income. We can wait. Okay. How long we gonna wait? I don't know when it's going back up. I have no idea. As a matter of fact, today Thursday, so tomorrow Friday, stock market gonna be closed for the weekend. So looking like maybe we'll try again next week. That's what we're looking at. Or it could go up tomorrow. I don't know. It may still be going down right now. I have absolutely no idea. Now I'm gonna know as soon as this video over because I'm gonna go look at some Richard Fame. I see he put out a video, and the video got their earnings calls coming up. That's right, the video. The video and the video and the video. Oh, they laughed their ass off at me. Oh, you working for the white man. You working for Mr. Charlie. You had loves. If you was goddamn, making money with your own truck, you wouldn't have to work with loves and all that. And what was I doing at loves? I took all the loves money and literally put it all in the video. And boy, they was he ha ha. The video gonna crash. It's going to $0. Now I don't hear any type of I know nothing about the video. In fact, because I stopped talking about the video, they think I done completely sold out. I don't hear nothing about the video. The video is all the way up to $200 a share. $200. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? No, I didn't double my money on the video. I'm just saying. So he ha ha. He ha ha. I know the he ha ha crowd. Nowhere to be found. Nowhere. I remember there was one particular fool constantly chastising me, talking about how, man, the video going to zero, man. It's going to zero. Going to now. I guess he unsubscribed from the YouTube channel. I don't hear shit from him no more. But that's all good, though. That's all good. But we're watching Palantir and Robinhood now. That's what we're doing now. We just see how this Palantir and Robinhood go. Palantir report earnings. I think in like 13 days. No, do they? I don't know if it's earnings call or if it's a Q&A for the shareholders. I'm not too sure. Now Robinhood. No. Okay, let me explain the difference between Palantir and Robinhood. Palantir got actual government contracts. Just say, let me compare it to trucking. Let's say you was a motor carrier and you got a bunch of government contracts with FEMA to haul, loads at $5 a mile every single day for 6 months straight. Okay, when you get that contract, we understand that as long as you got that contract, revenue gonna come in. Okay, so that's what Palantir got going on. They got a government contract, and we understand that as long as the contract don't get pulled, the revenue gonna come in. Now, Robinhood, on the other hand, they don't have no contract. They don't have no contract. The reason why I'm in Robinhood, number one, I use the actual platform, but that ain't the reason why. Robinhood has decided to turn into a casino. Okay, they turned into a casino. Now they still mainly 100, well not 100%, but they about 80% is the stock market, buying, selling, you can do options trade, day trade, you can do all that. But 20% of the business is you can now bet on sports games with real money. You can bet on the sports games, who gonna win the NBA finals. You can do all this betting now, okay? And because I'm seeing that, this new generation of crowd, a lot of y'all, I haven't used any of these apps, guys, so I don't know. This FanDuel, this Rain Bet that I'm seeing taking over Instagram, I never use none of these betting apps, but what I'm seeing is people are now gambling from the cell phone, okay? And I see because I'm on Robinhood. I use it every day. I see that I too can bet on these sports games too using Robinhood. So I know that is gamblers coming over to Robinhood, losing money, and Robinhood is collecting, making a bankroll. So I said, well, wait a minute, let me speculate, because that's all I'm just speculating. Like I said, they ain't got no contracts or nothing, but I'm just gonna speculate that Robinhood stock is probably gonna go up if the casino portion of their business starts to grow. Now I don't know if they making money with the sports betting. I would imagine they are, because they ain't, I mean, what the hell do they got to lose with you guys sports betting? Nothing. They ain't got nothing to lose. It's just like a casino playing, for poker or something. You play poker at the casino. What does the casino got to lose? Nothing. You got to buy. You got to buy in. The only person you can make money from is the guy you playing against at the table. You can't make money from the casino. You paying the casino the goddamn deal shameful. So yeah, man. I said, well, let me get in on this. Let me get in on this. So, but would I go long term on Robinhood? No, I wouldn't go long term on Robinhood. Uh, I'm thinking my entry strategy on Robinhood is probably going to be between 140 a share to about 160 a share, maybe even 180 a share. But I don't see Robinhood. They're not going to be no type of big massive company, anything like that. No, I don't see them being some big massive company. They're not going to be as big as Apple or Nvidia, no shit like that. Because at the end of the day, man, I don't know how big the sports betting world is, and I don't know how many consumers slash customers they've taken from that world. So, like I said, I'm just speculating, okay, and I don't mind speculating. But like I said, Palantir, we understand how they make money. Nvidia, we understand how Nvidia make money. We understand as long as Nvidia is making products that people want, people got a desire to go in the store and buy, they gonna make revenue. Same thing with Apple. We understand as long as Apple keep making new iPhones. Now I know they was it Tim Cook just stepped down. They got a new CEO, but as long as they still talking about making an Apple 18, an Apple 19, and the Apple 20, Apple stock still gonna go up. Okay, so we understand that. As long as they make the product, it's gonna be people ready to buy it. And as long as y'all buying, they got revenue, stock gonna go up. Same thing with Walmart. We understand as long as Walmart keep them goddamn doors open, people gonna walk in now. And as long as people walking in Walmart, buying everything off the shelf, the stock price gonna go up at Walmart. See how it works? It's simple. We understand that as long as Amazon website is online, people are gonna go on Amazon and buy all the products and get it shipped same day, next day to their house. Therefore, we know Amazon stock is gonna go up. See how it works? It sounds simple, don't it? That's because it is. It is simple. Okay, but like I said, this ain't no convince you. I'm not trying to convince tell you what to buy. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, I only recommend ETFs. Okay, and that's what you don't see in the video. You don't see my ETFs. You don't see the video. You don't see a lot of my stuff. You just see these two right here. Bought at the low, and I'm just showing you where they go from here. Okay? How do I add on to the position? I showed you. I added on today. I just threw five. I got out the goddamn shower, looked at the phone. Oh, look, stock market crashing. Let me load up $500 out the bank, hit up the Navy Federal, transfer $500, do a limit buy. Show you the limit buy one more time. Boom, there it is. Four shares. Turn app off. Continue working. Look for jobs later on tonight. So it's just that simple, guys. It's just that simple. But there's always a risk. There's a risk that yes, it's possible your money could go to zero. Palantir can file for bankruptcy. Robinhood can file for bankruptcy. Walmart can file for bankruptcy. Amazon can file for bankruptcy. Microsoft, Tesla. Shit, Tesla just did their earnings calls. I'm surprised they hit. Because I'm like, man, I can't believe Tesla is still going up. But Tesla, I do think it's time for me to invest in them. Why? Because those new electric semi trucks that they coming out with, they're able to cut the cost of diesel by 50%. 50%. And I think just the cost in cutting diesel, let me give you an example. On 500 miles with diesel, let's just say, for example, let's say they can go, how can I put it? Because I can't think right now. Give me a second. My signal might get bad. Hold on.
Hall of Famer. They say I'm showing out, they say I should be ashamed. Ay. I don't do it for the clout, bitch, I do it for the game. Ay. You can walk in any trap, and I bet they know my name. Yeah. Frank Matthews of the South, put me in the Hall of Fame.
Es un estilo. She can win anything right now.
That's what I'm saying. And then she said, she tried to compare me into, you feel me?
And you know what? I need to show you some places too. Because I'm telling you, I've been here for a long time.
Like what?
I've been like, you know, close from here, you have luxurious places. No, es un estilo. Es un estilo. Es un estilo. Es un estilo.
No, eso es una cámara.
Yeah, we'll throw a little commercial break in there right quick, man. So, anyways, man, like I said, the Tesla semi trucks being electric, they're able to cut the cost of diesel by 50%, meaning they can go the exact same distance as you can with the diesel truck. Whereas, let's say your diesel bill to go 500 miles is, let's say, for example, $1,000. Well, with the Tesla truck, you can go 500 miles for $500, for example. Okay, so if people start buying these Tesla semi trucks and those results turns out to actually be true, then I see Tesla stock, going through the roof because all mega carriers. Now, wait a minute. Now, there's some things that's got to happen. Tesla did say they coming out with a mega charging system, and it's supposed to go all the way through the United States. Okay, so they have to build that. So understand this Tesla thing. We talking about from at least to the year 2030 before I start to see them making a lot of revenue. However, I do see all mega carriers buying these trucks, obviously because they're gonna have lease drivers ready to pay all these damn trucks off. All they need is the charging stations. And that's another thing. I want to say they said they can charge these damn semi trucks now. I think he said in like 10 minutes they can get a full charge. Oh my God. Now they compete with diesel. Now it's like, okay, it take you 10 minutes to fill up the diesel tanks. Now it's taking 10 minutes to charge the electric truck. Now you in some serious trouble. And y'all know Elon Musk, he's the world's richest man, #1 on the Forbes list, unless the guy at Oracle done passed him. I'm not too sure. You gotta go check out the Forbes list. The only other person on planet Earth that's got more wealth than Elon Musk, and there's only one, and you ain't never seen his face. Ain't nobody seen his face, and that's the owner of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only person, the only owner that has made the absolute. Okay, I think he got it reconnected. So, like I was saying, yeah, the owner of Bitcoin, he's the only person that made the most money in human history. Okay, more money than Apple, more money than Google, more money than Microsoft, more money than all Fortune 500 companies, more money than Walmart. is the owner of Bitcoin, okay? And as y'all know, his Bitcoin wallet got 100,000 Bitcoin in it, and the price of Bitcoin, let's say when it's up to $100,000, you do 100,000 times 100,000, and he has, pretty much beat out Elon Musk and the rest of the crew. But you know, if you want to think of it like that, I never thought about it like that until DJ Vlad over there, Vlad TV came out with those tistas, those fats he hit us with. I was like, well, damn, I didn't even think about it like that. I was like, man, Vlad, damn, I didn't even. Those are some numbers I didn't even know about. So if you do 100,000 Bitcoin and you times it. Now right now the price of Bitcoin is not 100,000, but y'all know at one point in time it was. So if you do 100,000 times 100,000, that is $10 trillion. $10 trillion. That means when Bitcoin was at $100,000, the owner of Bitcoin, who's got 100,000 Bitcoin in his wallet that you can go see publicly on the Blackcoin chain, he was worth $10 trillion, okay, which is more than, like I said, Nvidia is a $5 trillion company, 5 trillion. This dude is worth $10 trillion. Nobody has made more money in human history than the owner of Bitcoin. Okay, just thought I'd throw that out there. So, when Vlad put out them facts, I said, well, yeah, I know I started investing me into Bitcoin ETF. Now, I'm not going to show y'all the results of that, but I can kind of tell you I am up on it. Now, I'm not up a lot because it is an ETF. It's only up about 2% right now. But, I have started buying Bitcoin ETF. And I showed y'all the ETF. It's iBit. Like I said, it's iBit. Y'all already seen it. Y'all watched the videos previously. So, that's pretty much all for this video. Like I said, it's a boring topic. Nobody wants to hear about the stock market. I understand, man. So maybe we'll check back in about a month on this topic or something like that. And yeah, I don't want to bore y'all too much. All right, y'all. Have a good day, man. Josh, go out to eat tonight, man. I'm trying to maybe go bowling. We do something, Josh. I just want to hang out with my guy. He making 16,000 a week right here in Vegas, and now I come down here and he ain't nowhere to be found. Him, the money, the chili crew, the truck, the trailer, the loads, nothing. Just I'm like, damn, man. I didn't know he was capping this hard. I ain't know Josh was capping this hard. I mean, I knew he was lying, but I had to come down here and really see. Let me come down here and see. Sure enough, that food and disser. I'm talking about he is completely gone. Poof, nowhere to be found. Nowhere.